All right, so we have a fancy bottle of scotch here.
For a fancy gal.
For a fancy gal.
You're welcome. I will pour this.
We are going to pontificate on how cycling and mountain biking and whatnot has affected our lives for the better and why we do it and all that good stuff.
Pontificate. That's.
It's only a word you can think of whenever you're drinking scotch.
Yeah.
Pontificate the lexicon. Okay.
Oh gosh. Cheers.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be great.
And like, is there like a mental thing it does for you? Like a psychological thing? Is it emotional? Is it like, what is it that all of a sudden like made you like want to just go outside and do it? Yeah.
It went from hiking to like which is like you're able to get into your head and think a little bit more and be relaxed from that perspective. But then it was also like, you need something, you there's an urge to be like, just some type of adrenaline rush. Wow! Hi! And there was a couple bike rides you and I went on where they were gentle, nice bike rides and they were beautiful flow trails. And I remember being like, holy shit, how dry my mouth was because I was smiling and going downhill really fast. And like my mouth was so dry by the end of the trail because of how happy and entranced I was with that experience. Yeah.
There's something about like
when you get into a rhythm with your pedaling and you're going through the woods and you there'll be a moment where that exercise, a little bit of an elevated heart rate, you're moving your body and you're still reacting to the things around you, but that allows you to all you can do is focus on just like moving your legs, weaving through the trees, and you get into a zone and it's a great way, it's the best way I've ever found to like, maybe escape is the wrong word, but just to take a moment to just you be with yourself in the natural world without any other distractions or anything else. Like I say this to people all the time and they don't understand, but like that's where I meditate. Like that's the only place I can meditate.
From my perspective, it can be a dynamic of things because I'm so obsessed with work that it's a place of comfort for me that's safe, that I can have the thoughts I want to have, and versus sitting in bed at 3 a.m. when I wake up with a panic attack, that I don't freak out and get in my own head and I can't stop myself. That this is a place where when you start to get into your head you don't get into your head with the climb because you can't, which is awesome. But there's still a little bit of space. There's always a little bit of space to think and to ponder and to be really philosophical within yourself. Even if it's like not really philosophical. Like I'm not very philosophical, but I'm like, oh, that was a good thought.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I said it out loud, someone would be like,
whatever.
You're an idiot.
I know, but it was your moment.
Can think that. But at the same time, I think of things of like,
it was your moment in Mother Nature with yourself.
It's my moment with Mother Nature, as harsh as she can be. But it's also a really beautiful thing too, because I work a lot of stuff out in my head that I can't do when I'm in the midst of this, in the middle of the night thinking, or, even during the day and I'm, on a Wednesday afternoon where I just can't get out of my own head. That's a really, really safe space to do it. And it's a safe space I'm not racing anybody. I can go by myself. I can, yell things out in the woods and, maybe no one's gonna... This old dude definitely heard me.
that you touched on, and I think a thing that I really want to get through in this interview and all the other ones I do moving forward and everything else, that like, as much as I like racing and I like the sport of it and I'm very competitive, 90% of the time when I'm out riding, I'm not being competitive. I'm doing it for the relaxation, for the meditation, for just the simple joy of doing it. It's not about, it doesn't have to be about racing. It doesn't have to be about competition. It just has to be about just going out and doing it for yourself, climbing the hill for yourself, finding your flow for yourself.
And your brain and your body are fighting everything inside of you to not do it. And you just go. And the minute you go, even if it's for 5 minutes, it feels amazing. The air feels good. Your skin feels good. Your body, everything just, and it doesn't have to be like, 30 minutes a day, an hour a day. No, fuck that. Like, you can do 5 minutes. Just do 5 minutes around your block.
Yeah.
It feels good. Let alone go jump on your freaking bicycle in the woods where you don't hear anybody, you don't see anything, and you're just hearing the wind and this like waterfall, and maybe no one has touched other areas within this forest that you've ever been in. The idea of that is so freaking cool.